Hey friends, my name is Lisa Brinker and I'm a brand ambassador, independent consultant. I do in-store wine tastings, spirit tastings, liquor tastings, and I wanted to do a quick little video to give you some ideas on how to have a really successful event in the way of preparation and getting yourself ready before the event even starts. So the first thing that I wanted to show you is I have a bag, like a basket kind of a bag, and this is my wine tasting bag. So this is always packed and ready to go, and when I'm going to a wine tasting, all I need to do is grab this and everything is in here that I need. So let's talk a little bit about what I have in this little basket. For one thing, I do have some notes about the wines that I'm showing. Oftentimes I may even print out a picture and put that in one of my acrylic frames. So then I should mention that in my basket I have some acrylic frames showing various items, different wines that I might be showing at the time. So I have my acrylic frames with me at all times. Sometimes we do get images supplied to us in our files. Sometimes I find them in other places. So I always have my acrylic frames with me, and I have my notes with me because I've looked up what I'm doing. Next thing I have in my bag is my apron. So I really like bringing an apron with me, and I have a black apron and I have a different colored apron in here too. The reason that I like an apron is because, for one thing, it has pockets, so I can keep my phone in my pocket. I'm not keeping it out where somebody can sneeze on it or touch it or whatever. Keep it away from everybody else's germs. And also, I'm keeping my whole self a little bit farther away from everybody else's germs and tasting and whatever else they're doing. So I do like to put an apron on when I get to the store. And like I said, I keep two different colors in my bag. I also have my black tablecloth, and this is always in my bag and ready to go. Sometimes you'll get to a store where they have you working at a counter and the tablecloth isn't gonna work out, but I always have it ready anyway. I always have with me an empty bottle, and this is for water. So let's say you're showing some white wine and you're gonna get ice at the store. Usually the ice is very stuck together, very, very cold. I like to put the ice in my ice bucket, and I like to pour water over it. So I always have an empty bottle with me to fill up in the bathroom, or if there's a sink nearby, and pour water on my ice so that I get nice soupy ice, and my white wine will chill up a little quicker. So I love that. I always have hand sanitizer. I definitely need my hand sanitizer with me at all times. I will always have, of course, you want to make sure you have your wine opener. They're really, really important. I often bring a mask just in case. And of course, we are going to have our cups with us, right? A lot of the accounts that I work with, they do supply the cups, but I like to have cups ready and available. I have another couple of hundred cups in my car just in case. So that would be everything that is usually in my basket for going out for a wine tasting. But just a few other little things I wanted to mention. You're gonna bring an ice bucket. So we like you to have a non-branded ice bucket. And what do we mean by that, right? So I'll show you what I mean. This is a branded. See how there's a company name on there? That's a branded best ice bucket. This is a non-branded ice bucket. It's got nothing on it. This is the one we'd rather you use instead of something that has somebody else's brand on it. So try to make sure that you're using a nice neutral ice bucket. Sometimes I will be showing something where I'm actually gonna put some small cubes in the little cups, and I always have a spoon and this little metal bowl with me. So that's super helpful. As you can see, I'm wearing black. I like to wear black to all of my tastings. It's really important to me that I'm always dressed in black. And I did want to mention, you want to always make sure, especially working in a liquor store, you want to have closed-toe shoes, and you want to have shoes that have a really good, almost like a sneaker type sole, because those stores are concrete floors, standing in one spot, sometimes 3 hours, 2 hours, 4 hours, whatever it is. It's a little tough on your feet. So make sure you have a really good shoe, make sure that it is a closed toe, And I just really like these because they just look like regular flats. Always in my car, I have my table. I want to show you my cool table. So this table folds up just really like a soccer chair. You just throw it over your shoulder. Super easy to walk in with. It's super easy to put together. And it's easier than carting in a card table. It's easier than keeping a card table in your car. So those are some little helpful hints that I always make sure that I stay on top of to prepare for a wine tasting. Lastly, I didn't talk about my notebook. So this is like my Bible. Every single wine tasting I've ever done, I bring the same notebook. And what happens is I will make notations. Here's an example of a bunch, well, you can't see, but there's a bunch of notations in here. And I'll make notations on if I got all the pictures that I needed, who tasted which varietal, who purchased which varietal. I'll also put the name of the store, the date. I'll make sure that I notate the manager's name. I want to, the next time I go back there, say, oh, hi, remember me, Tanya? Or whatever it happens to be. So I always have my notes, and it really helps me with doing my report. Another thing is doing the report as soon as I get home is really, really helpful as well. So that is my story on being prepared for a wine tasting. I hope that's helpful, and I will see you soon. Bye.